Hi, welcome to Vlogmas Day 18. So, how are you guys doing? I'm pretty good today. I'm wearing my Bubbles and Brioche shawl. I finished this last year, the year before. I wear this one a lot. So it's a shawl by Stephen West, and it's got this cool bubble texture and then these little brioche bits. And this is all from leftover yarn, but it's not super big like some of his shawls are. So I find myself reaching for this one quite a bit. And then my shirt today is Pattern Emporium. This is the True Romance shirt in French Terry from Girl Charlie. So let's do our advent calendars, and then I will explain to you guys some updates on some knitting because I have changed some things that I'm doing. So let's start with the Road Trip Yarns Catmas calendar, day 18. Find the kitty. Oh, this cat is named Cat. So he's a little brown and white tabby dude. Oh, he's so cute. And then his yarn is, not surprisingly, this beautiful mix of brown and beige and gray and ivory. Very pretty yarn. So that is Cat. All right, and then we've got the Smirligans Nutcracker calendar, day 18. This one is called Dutch. Oh, wow, this is gorgeous. I would love a whole skein of this. This blue-green, oh, this is perfect. Love this one. So, knitting updates. I have decided to frog the shawl I was working on. The Grand Opening Shawl by Telly Bean Knits. It is nothing against Telly Bean Knits or that pattern. I'm looking forward to making that pattern again in a solid or in a gradient of colors, like all greens, all blue, all pink, all gray, all any of those things would work. But doing it the way I am now, where it's just a smorgasbord of whatever color I get, I feel like it's really taking away from the elegance of the pattern, and it's not firing me up, it's not bringing me joy, and I'm not doing it anymore. So I might use those colors with something like this Bubbles and Brioche shawl, because I feel like you can get away with, like, I mean, look, there's like a warm red in there, some weird other colors. I feel like some of these Stephen West shawls are just predisposed to doing like weird combos. But, so I might do one of those. Either way, the mini skeins are loved. They will be used, just not anymore on the grand opening. And then I have been able to shift focus to my crumb sweater. This is patterned by Andy Satterlund, who no longer makes designs. Sorry about that, but stay tuned, because if you like my Andy Satterlund sweaters, my little cropped wool sweaters, I am planning on doing a knit along with an alternate way of sort of knocking off her designs without breaking her copyright, so that you guys can have some similarly shaped sweaters coming in the new year. So look for that probably in January. But here's my crumb. This is in a lemon yellow color from Cascade 220 Superwash. I'm using one of my little progress markers from the Smirligans calendar. It's a top-down cardigan. I'll just take the shawl off so you guys can see it. Now, it's not supposed to go over something this thick. Obviously, this is a big sweatshirt, but you guys can at least get an idea of where I am at with the sweater. So if you remember correctly, it has the little lace bits in the very front, and then you knit it top down, and that's where we are right now. So it's got a pretty good fit. I tried it on with just a dress to kind of see, and it's a little bit looser than I usually like for that, but I kind of want to treat this sweater a little differently. I want it to be a little bit more of a comfy cropped sweater. And then I am going to knit it down to, here's my pants I'm wearing. I usually stop my sweaters, pretty much I would start ribbing, knit like a 2 inches of ribbing and be done. But I think I want this sweater to come to the top of these pants so that I can use it as a layer with pants and it'll still look good with skirts. So that is the crumb sweater, making excellent progress on that now that it's the only thing I'm knitting. And I gotta tell you, this yellow color is just making me really happy. It's super easy to just hang out and knit it. And it's the kind of low-key project with no pressure that I need right now. So I think what I'm gonna do is go out into the studio, and we actually have a little TV out there. I'm gonna put on a Christmas movie and give myself like an hour, either a Christmas movie or an old Hollywood movie, I'm not sure. But I'm giving myself about an hour to work on my quilting. And I have decided to try something a little new because I think I mentioned all my blocks are coming out weird sizes. So I've cut down my blocks to the right size where they're all the same size. And I've created a template to do that, which I'll show you guys. But I'm going to actually draw in my seam allowances with friction pen and then try to sew on the seam allowance and see if I can get a more accurate 1/4 inch seam. So I'll update you guys on how that works in a little while. See you soon. Hi everyone. So I'm out in the studio. I have put Holiday Inn on the TV. I've got my tree going and I'm gonna do some quilting and I will update you guys when I have something to show. Okay, really quick. So this is my ruler. It's my 8-inch ruler. And since my quilt blocks are only coming up to like 7.5 inches, I used a tip from Just Get It Done Quilts where you tape off your ruler to match the size of your quilt block. And hopefully that will help me to cut them down to the appropriate size a little bit. There we go. All right, and now we're going to just show you guys. So here's the blocks I've already cut down. So see, they just fit right in the little frame. So actually it's a little bit too small. My blocks, like I said, are all different sizes. I'm hoping the next step I'm gonna do is going to help with that. So my plan, I'm gonna take my piece and I'm gonna lay my other piece that I'm gonna sew to it on top. And the idea is I'm going to find the 1/4 inch seam allowance on my ruler after I throw everything on the floor. And I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna draw it right in with a pen, one of these friction pens, so it'll iron off. And then I'm gonna try to see if I can get a more accurate seam allowance. So I'll be back after I've done a block and we can measure it. So I've got a block done, and as you can see, it's still not 100% square. And I did draw in my seam allowances, but it's a lot closer to 8 inches than my previous blocks were. So I'm just gonna go ahead and square it up to the 7.5 so it matches the others. But I think drawing the seam allowance does make a difference. All right, we have a finished block, and it actually is it was 8 inches, and then I had to cut it down to the size of my finished blocks for the quilt, which are 7.5. But I'm really pleased that I got one finished, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's, 17, I think, now, and I need to make 49 blocks to finish my quilt. So I'm on the way, I guess. Really quick, my husband's out here hanging out, gluing together Warhammer figures. We decided we wanted to learn how to do that. And this is his first one. It's a little space marine dude. He's really cute. And then eventually you paint these little guys, but they are a crazy puzzle. They come in like 4 million pieces and you have to glue all their little pieces together. And as you can see, they're very tiny and have a lot of details. So anyway, I will probably come down here so you can see me. Okay, so I now have 3 rows of 7. So to make my full quilt the size I want, I need 7 rows of 7. So that is our progress. Obviously this is not a finished layout. I just wanted to show you guys the pieces. When I look at the blocks individually, they're wonky and they're crooked and they're kind of weird. But all together, I think it's pretty cute. So I'm excited. I'm almost half done.